You said these questions were easy. These questions are difficult.
Kayla Nix. I am a sophomore.
My name is Nathan.
Blessing.
Jared.
Malachi Bird.
Stephen Kilpatrick.
Michaela.
I'm Laura.
Soma.
Nicholas Gregory, but people call me Nico.
Colin Needy. I'm a member of Princeton football team.
Captain of club basketball. I'm a men's basketball manager.
Like the Glee Club in Essence.
Black Student Union. I'm the director of marketing.
Princeton Reparations Project.
SPEAR, which is Students for Prison Education and Reform.
Board of the Order of Black Male Excellence here.
President of the Black Student Union.
Well, I think that one, Princeton's a historically white university, so it's hard for people that don't necessarily fit that mold to sort of make their mark and to find their home on Princeton's campus. I think that a lot of students find a very hard time building relationships with the institution in different ways.
It can be hard to be in a place where there are not very many people that look like you, and you're in classes taught by people that also don't look like you, so it can be kind of hard to feel welcome or feel like this is the place where you should be.
Everything around you, or at least a lot of the things around you, are going to tell you you don't belong here. Whether it's the portraits on the wall, whether it's the name of the buildings, whether it's the classes that you look around in and you realize, like, wow, I'm in the statistics class that I was in, for example, and I'm the only black student. Like, do I belong here? And that's a question that takes like months or years to like answer, at least come to a state of comfort on.
I think one of them, I think the social life is hard. My very first lawn parties, I remember Schoolboy Q was our headliner. And yeah, I know, right? And I was so excited. I had like that was when like bucket hats were acceptable, and I had smaller hair then, so I was like, I was really ready for Schoolboy. And then when I hear 3,000 white people saying the N-word, I'm like, I don't. This is not really fun for me anymore,
Sometimes because Princeton's social life is so stratified, it can be hard to find friends of your same color, of your same ethnic background.
A friend of mine has this quote that says, like, not all skin folk are kinfolk.
That's true.
And I feel bad saying that. But definitely when I first came here, the disparity of community that I felt in DC versus the community that I felt here was so drastic.
Because everyone's doing their own thing and Princeton's such an emotionally taxing school, and like it's already hard as it is to like, get people to commit to their various extracurricular activities. It's like can be really hard to like get a group of people together at once. But I would say when that does happen, it is really good.
No, not at all. No.
I would say that they make some efforts, but there's definitely a lot more that could be done in terms of providing more spaces, increasing the number of black students in general.
I think they can do a lot more. I mean, spaces that are dedicated to students being able to express themselves are the CAF Center and maybe a couple spaces in the residential colleges. Now that needs to change. There needs to be a CAF Center on campus, or what I would say is satellite CAF spaces. So like CAF spaces throughout the res colleges or deeper within campus, so students have places to go to that are actually within where they go, like in their regular life. Like they need that, we need that. You can't just have a place where you just put all the minorities. That's not what we're looking for. You're not looking for a space to set them aside. We're looking for a space where people can integrate into the larger Princeton community and be comfortable doing so. And that can't happen if you're setting students all the way at the end of the street and saying, okay, you can be happy and be together, but it has to be over there.
Like, I didn't even know about affinity spaces until like I watched the Woke Wednesday video. I mean, they might have said something during like freshman week, but I didn't know anything about it. And then there's like nowhere to congregate, and like I mean that's like kind of something we're struggling with, like Black Student Union, for instance, because like there's not really a sense of community here because we don't even have somewhere to meet. Like for instance, at Yale they have like a house designated for black students. And I guess, like, I get why there's an argument, like, oh, like, no, I don't get it, actually. Rewind. I don't understand why people call that segregation, because you're not asking to go, like, back to, like, the 1800s. You're asking to like be a part of a community that respects you for you, because a lot of times when you're walking through these halls or like through this campus, people don't respect you for you because of the color of your skin.
Black excellence on campus, I would say, is knowing that you are meant to be here and doing everything that you can to make the most out of your degree, and making a difference in any way that you can, as a black person and just as a person of the world.
I mean, I feel like every black student, every black student that I know is just like a special person, like independently. People have such tremendous stories and just like are about such good stuff, and like genuinely I think that all the black people that I've met on this campus are good people and like just capable of doing really special things.
Just like getting to Princeton and like the number of black people that we have on this campus is an example of black excellence right now. It's like, I feel like that number is growing, and that's like really important. And it's not just like, oh, they're black and like Princeton wants black people now, or like socioeconomic status or whatever. Like, people are actually fucking ballers, and like that's why we're here.
There's always been the setbacks of like, oh, I've been called the N-word in class, or like, oh, like I didn't know you were smart, or oh, like I thought you could only be here if you were an athlete. And it's just stuff like that. It's like those small like racial nuances that like keep like poking at you every day, but like it's like overcoming that and saying, no, I'm still doing great in all my classes, no, I'm still like participating in all these activities, like no, I'm still gonna try to be like, I don't know, the next Michelle Obama, the next like Barack Obama.
First of all, any type of prosperity in an environment like this where dorms, some of my friends have dorms that used to be slave quarters, right? When I was in Wilson College, like Woodrow Wilson has this big mural in the cafe, right? And it's things like that where I feel like anybody that is here, but two, anybody that makes it out of here or thrives in this space is literal black excellence.
I guess from an athletic standpoint, being the best I can be on the field, off the field, striving, I guess, to make the best, be the best in your class, like make the best grades, and I guess as an African American male, like uplift, others, and try to promote like a sense of unity and community for myself and for everyone else around me. Absolutely. I take pride in it just because, there's not too many of us. So, I feel like I don't say here by myself, but somebody has to, hold the black pride. But I guess since you're, like I was saying earlier, like there's not a community standpoint, so it's tough to really feel like be prideful because there's no community, or there's not many of us.
But at the same time, it's like, damn, would this be easier if I was white, But I feel a lot of pride, and I think a lot of my friends do as well, so.
In my time here, it's definitely been, of course, like politically, I feel like the climate has gotten a lot different. And I think there is a pride. I think okay, I'm the wrong person to ask this question to, because I'm radical, and sometimes I wish everybody would just walk into class with boom boxes and then sit down and then turn the music off, like that's the type of politic I am. But I do think that there is a pretty solid consensus that the black community here is not ready to abandon their racial identity to conform to Princeton.
So definitely be ready for a shaking up, for something that's not like anything you've experienced socially.
Don't be discouraged by the 7% statistic. You're definitely meant to be here, and you can do great things, so please come.
I think just honestly, don't be afraid of entering any white space. Like, that's not what Princeton is anymore, and if you don't want Princeton to be that, like, someone has to do it. You can't just like sit around and be like, oh, I don't feel comfortable in this space. Like, I mean, it's fair to not feel comfortable, obviously, if the majority is not, like, they don't look like you or they don't have your background or experience, but just go for it. There's absolutely no reason to hold you back.
Like, you can come to Ivy League institution, doesn't matter what you look like. You don't have to be a white frat boy to get into a place like this. Like, you know, anybody can do this. Like, you can do this. You can get to this place.
A lot of people feel like imposter syndrome, like they shouldn't be here at the school at all. But like, you're already accepted, so just freaking run. Like, just go. Like, take that Princeton clout. Like, get your degree, sis. Go, pop off. I just want you to pop off. That's actually what I want. Pop off. Okay.
That's it.
That's it.
Boom. That's
Period.
it.